All right, let's dive right into an industry that is absolutely exploding on a global scale. But the real story here isn't just about the size, it's about where it's all happening. We're talking about the massive fitness boom in Brazil. And trust me, it's a fascinating story.
So let me start by asking you a question. Just think for a second. When you picture the biggest fitness markets in the world, which countries pop into your head? Okay, got one? Now, which country do you think holds the number 2 spot?
If you guessed Brazil, you are absolutely right. Yep, Brazil, the world's second largest fitness market, right behind the United States. And as you're about to see, this is so much more than just a passing trend. It's a massive cultural shift that's reshaping the country. And if you want to put a number on that shift, well, the industry is pulling in about 8 billion Brazilian reais every single year. That's about 1.6 billion US dollars. It's a huge number, and it really shows you how deeply this fitness movement is now baked into the national economy.
Okay, so let's take a closer look at this explosion. What are the numbers really telling us about the sheer scale of what's going on down there?
So get this, there are over 64,000 active fitness companies in Brazil. You'd probably think they're all just in the huge cities like São Paulo or Rio, right? But look at this chart. Sure, São Paulo leads the pack, but you've got states like Minas Gerais and Paraná with a massive presence. This isn't just some big city thing. It's happening all over the country. It's a truly nationwide movement.
And while this didn't just happen yesterday, the speed of it is what's really wild. Before 2020, awareness was kind of slowly growing. But then the pandemic hit, and suddenly health became a top priority for millions. Fast forward to 2024, and you have 15 million Brazilians with gym memberships. And it's not slowing down. The market's projected to hit almost $7 billion by 2028.
So we've seen the what, but that just leads to the bigger question. Why? Why is this all happening right now? What are the real forces driving this incredible change? Well, it really seems to be a perfect storm of factors. That post-pandemic wake-up call about health is, of course, a huge part of it. But it goes deeper. People are looking for balance, for both their minds and their bodies. Then you throw in the power of social media, the fact that athleisure is now high fashion, and a bigger cultural focus on self-esteem, and boom, you've got yourself a fitness revolution.
All right, this is where it gets really interesting. How are Brazilians actually working out? Let's break down the top 5 trends that show us exactly how millions of people are approaching their health today.
Leading the charge, the #1 trend is personal training. People aren't settling for one-size-fits-all workouts anymore. They want plans that are built just for them, for their own specific goals, and they want expert guidance to make sure they're doing it safely and effectively. And you can see this perfectly in stories like Anna's. She's 35, wanted to lose weight after her pregnancy, and with a trainer, she lost 10 kilos safely. But listen to what she says was essential: the professional support for her motivation. That right there is the key. It's about results, yes, but it's also about having someone in your corner. Okay, next up is a trend that basically took over during the pandemic and has stuck around for good reason: hybrid training, or treinos híbridos. The whole idea is simple: flexibility. You get the energy and community of going to the gym in person, but you also get the convenience of online classes you can do anytime, anywhere. And when you put the two models side by side, it's so obvious why hybrid is taking off. You get maximum flexibility, maximum accessibility, and often at a better price point, all without completely sacrificing that social connection. For a busy, modern life, it's pretty much the perfect solution.
Of course, none of this would be happening without tech. It's become this really simple, powerful feedback loop. First, your smartwatch or wearable tracks all your data. Then, an app logs all your progress. And here's the magic step. You use that data to fine-tune your workouts. Think about a runner like João, who's 40. He literally looks at his watch mid-run to check his heart rate, adjusting his pace on the fly to build his endurance. It's personal training powered by data.
Here's another really important shift. The entire definition of health is getting an upgrade. It's not just about your body anymore. Mental well-being is now seen as just as important as physical health. And that's exactly why you see things like yoga and meditation being woven directly into fitness routines. It's about tackling stress and anxiety, not just building muscle. And the 5th big trend is the amazing rise of calisthenics. This one is all about making fitness accessible to everyone.
Since you're just using your own body weight for things like push-ups and pull-ups, you can do it anywhere. A park, your living room, no gym membership or expensive gear needed. It's simple, it's super effective, and people love it.
But here's the thing. This whole boom doesn't just stop when the workout is over. What's really happening in Brazil is that fitness has become a complete head-to-toe lifestyle.
Just look at the entire ecosystem that's sprung up around it. In fashion, you've got athleisure that's designed to be worn from the gym straight to the street. And in nutrition, the market for things like functional foods and protein is just exploding. It's projected to grow another 27%. These other industries are being lifted by the same wave.
So after taking all of that in, what's the big picture here? Let's boil it all down to the most important takeaways and what this all really means.
Okay, so here's what you really need to remember. First, Brazil is, without a doubt, a global fitness superpower. Second, this whole thing is being driven by a deep cultural move towards total well-being. Third, in this new world, personalization and flexibility are everything. Fourth, technology is the key that's unlocking fitness for more people than ever. And finally, fitness isn't just something you do anymore, it's a lifestyle.
The source material we looked at ends with this really simple, beautiful question. ¿Qué tal dar o primeiro paso hoje? Which just means, how about taking the first step today? It's such a perfect reminder that this entire global movement, all these billions of dollars, it all starts with one person deciding to take that first step.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As we watch these two massive forces, personalization and technology, come together, you have to ask, is the future of fitness going to be personal? Is it going to be digital? Or is it some new kind of fusion of both? It's something we'll all be figuring out together. Thanks so much for joining us.